In an industry stuffed with marketing bullshit, empty promises, and Chinese-suited liars, one woman's had enough. She knows what it's like to have the wrong clients, no money, and no time for fun. But she also knows how to fix it. And on the Business for Superheroes show, she promises to tell the down and dirty truth about business, sales, and running away with the circus. Here's your host, Vicky Fraser.
Okay, well, welcome to the Business for Superheroes show. I'm Vicky Fraser, and this week Joe is not here. He's at work, so instead I'm interviewing two very special guests. And I'm doing that because I wanted to talk this week about how small businesses can work with charities for the good of everyone. Because I am always telling people never to work for free, and I do stand by that. But there are a few occasions where working for no cash or less cash is a good idea. And doing pro bono work with charities and good causes is one of them. It's really good for the charity, obviously, but you do have to make sure they value what you're doing for them, because people don't always value free. And it's good for the soul, and it's good for you as a small business owner, and all of that kind of thing. So today I am joined by one of my inner circle members, Lin Armstrong, and one of her favourite clients, Lucy, from the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust. They're a charity. I love them too because they love elephants and I love elephants. And much as I would like to spend the whole podcast talking about how awesome elephants are, we are not talking about that today. So thank you so much, Lin and Lucy, for coming onto the show. I really, really appreciate it. Lin, could you just quickly introduce yourself and introduce Lucy, because you know Lucy very well, please?
Yes. Hello, everybody. I'm Lin Armstrong, and I work with businesses and charities to help them with their marketing. And when I can, I work in my clients' offices and become part of the team. So I love working with people. I got involved with David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust and met Amy and Lucy. Met Amy on a protest march to end the ivory trade in the UK, which was over a year ago now, and found out what they do, and realised that the sanctuary is in Tsavo in Kenya, which is where I first saw elephants wild. So it felt like a really good connection there. And what Lucy does, she works to help promote David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust and the rescue work they do with elephants with businesses and the community. And so I offered to help them to put together a marketing strategy and plan last year and get some new ideas and get some stuff done.
Oh, that's so cool. And I see a lot of your stuff come through because obviously you send things to me for critique and all the rest of it. And it's just really exciting. It's really good fun. So Lucy, hello and welcome. And thank you for coming on. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and your charity and how you got involved with them?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having us on. So my name's Lucy, and I'm the Fundraising and Campaigns Officer here at the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, also known as DSWT for short, because it's a bit of a mouthful. So we're based in Surrey, but our work is, as Lynn said, is carried out in Kenya, and we work really to protect threatened wildlife, especially elephants and rhinos. And our ultimate aim is to ensure that every elephant orphan we rescue is hand-reared and rehabilitated back into the wild. So we're not really a sanctuary, because all the elephants will one day return to the wild, because we believe obviously that's where they belong. So yeah, that's our long-term goal. And to date, we've hand-reared over 200 orphans back into Tsavo National Park, which is an area completely protected by us and the Kenya Wildlife Service. And it's an area that's roughly the size of Wales. So it's a big space to protect. But yeah, with lots of support, we're getting that done.
Oh, that's really cool. It's fabulous that you've rehabilitated 200 orphans. I didn't realise it was that many. That's really, really cool. So it's kind of, I think it's kind of obvious why you would want to support an elephant charity, because who doesn't love elephants? But you know, when it comes to businesses supporting charities, my listeners might be thinking, and I'm sure some of them are, what's in it for them? Because they would like to help out and work with charities, but they have to pay the bills, right? So, Lin, what are the benefits of working with charities as corporate social responsibility as a marketing method?
Okay. So I think one of the problems is that people think when you say, do you want to work with a charity, that it involves giving a check and that's it. But it's not really about giving money. So I build corporate social responsibility into all the marketing strategies I write, because it's really a no-brainer. You can build likability and trust, make new contacts with new people, potentially new clients, and also support the relationships with the existing customers that you've got if you're doing it right, which I can talk about later. But one of the main benefits is you access each other's customer bases. You can share content across your website, social media, emails, events, blogs, talks. But the main thing is that it is about giving, and it's not selling and pushing what you do. So during all of that marketing activity, it's about the charity and the relationship. I've worked for major UK banks, and they all use CSR, and they all banks work to target return on investment. So it is cost effective.
Okay, so Lucy, with your work with the public and with businesses, what's your ideal customer profile? How do you work with the public to raise awareness and to raise money?
So we're very fortunate. We have a really good global supporter base. We've got a huge following in America, and obviously here in the UK and across Europe and Africa. So we're really international with our reach, which is really beneficial. And there's lots of ways that we kind of reach out to our supporters. Our typical supporter is usually female, kind of age 30 to 50, with a really real interest in what we do. And our fostering program is of real importance as well, because it allows people to become immersed in a particular orphan so that they can follow their journey back to the wild. So we have people here doing kind of bucket collections for us at shopping centres, and as Lynn said, lots of companies help with our marketing as well to get the word out about what we do. And in addition, social media platforms are really kind of crucial platform for us to reach out to a wider audience. So when we have partners on board, we always like to shout about our collaboration with them on our media channels as well. And we've got a huge reach, which is can also be kind of seen as low cost advertising for a lot of companies. And I think when people see that the companies are passionate about a particular cause, they feel even more drawn and kind of attracted to want to invest within that company.
You've made a really good point there, actually, because one of the things that I'm often asked about is how can I use social media to sell more stuff? And my answer is always, I wouldn't go there, because social media is not for selling. But working with a charity like yours, because charities use social media to really great effect because it's a social medium. So working with a charity like yours is actually a really good way to use that social media. I mean, you do a lot of that, don't you, Lynn?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think Lucy's going to talk about that later, about how she's worked on social media with some of the sponsors that DSWT work with. But I think, for me, social, the audience size of like the Facebook followers of different charities, if you get it right and you're talking to the same kind of people. So, for example, if your target is, women who are in the same age group, who are into the environment, who are ethical, who maybe own pets, we've built whole personas there, then really when you're choosing a charity, you should be asking for the personas and looking at that and then thinking, okay, I could reach 1 million of these people. Therefore, what's that worth to me? And start to really think about the value of what you're going to be doing.
Yeah. So, Lucy, how do you use social media with the businesses that you work with? Then, what do you do?
So, what we usually, when we're approached, or if we approach a business, we discuss obviously each other's objectives and how we are going to reach that. Because I think we only partner with somebody where we can see a benefit, and equally for them as well. So we will create an agreement, and within that agreement, we will come to a decision on how best to promote that company through social media. So for an example would be we're partnered with Williamson Tea. So they're Kenyan tea farmers, but they have offices in the UK and they stock globally. And for every tea caddy they sell, they give us £1. So what we do, we promote them on our social media to our global audience, and then people think, oh, that's great. It's tea, it's ethical, it's fair trade, and they're supporting elephants. I like elephants, I like DSWT. It's a win-win. So that's kind of how we get the message out there, and then we put that across all our social media platforms. And to date, we've actually got a following of nearly 800,000 alone on our Instagram, our Facebook, and Twitter. So for the company, it's fantastic because it's reaching a completely diverse and different audience to what they're used to. And for us, it allows us to just kind of solidify that partnership and ensure that people are kept aware of our relationship with others.
Okay, and how do you interact with those people? Because it's all very well having that massive audience, but kind of getting them to engage with you is another thing. So how do you manage that? What do you do to get people interested?
Yeah, I mean, we're very active anyway on social media. So we're fortunate enough to have images, the kind of direct images from Kenya. So we have lovely photos of the elephants daily, or whether the mobile vet teams have gone to treat an elephant. So it's really up to date in the field visuals. And with that, we've got a core and very kind of committed audience, I guess. So then when we're very selective about what we push out there when it comes to company promotion and whether it's going to appeal to our audience. So within every couple of weeks, we'll just put something out there, perhaps before Christmas or around a time where it could be a good gift idea. So we're very mindful not to overwhelm our supporters, but we like to kind of get that message out there slowly through Facebook in between our other posts.
Yeah, so you're
quite subtle as well. Sorry.
Yeah,
it's sometimes quite subtle as well, isn't it, Amy? Because you have pictures like, I remember seeing one picture on Facebook of one of the keepers with one of the baby elephants drinking Williamson tea. So that wasn't an open communication about Williamson tea, but it's there in the background. And also during the enormous elephant run, I remember getting tea bags of Williamson tea to try. So there's different ways of doing it.
I got some of those as well. Yeah, they were very tasty actually. I need to get myself some Williamson tea because I didn't really realise, I didn't really notice the connection between it, but now I know and I'll kind of pay a bit more attention. So, so speaking of Williamson tea, Lucy, what do charities look for in a business partner? What's important to you, and why would you choose a particular business?
Well, first and foremost, for us, it really is a shared appreciation of what we do and protection of the natural world. So we have lots of people approach us, but it's important for us to do a bit of research into that and ensure that they're sustainable, they have an ethical approach, and just most importantly that they're sympathetic to our core values in obviously animal protection, animal welfare. We work with local communities in Kenya, so our approach is completely sustainable and it's forward thinking. So when we're looking for a potential business, we want to ensure that their values mirror ours. So yeah, first and foremost, it really is just that kind of alignment with what we do. And then obviously that their intentions are, kind of correct in what we're wanting from them and what they're wanting from us. And then the development, the relationship kind of just progresses on that basis, really.
Okay. And are there any reasons that you would reject a business apart from the obvious, that they're destroying the environment? Is it what would have you think twice about working with a business?
Yeah, I think we have to be very mindful again about our supporters because they really are, our most important asset, and for them that's their potential audience. So we need to make sure that whoever we're partnering with, our supporters will also feel kind of attracted to. So, for example, we partnered with a leather kind of based goods company, and because obviously a lot of our supporters are vegan or very animal welfare conscious, there was a bit of a backlash on that. So from that, we kind of understood, okay, we need to be very careful about what we're promoting and ensure that we understand what this company wants out of it, but again that we're aware before pushing that out with our supporters, because we don't want to lose anybody, but then equally we don't want to lose out on potential partnerships. So there's a real kind of careful balance that we need to get to, but it is all about kind of discussing that, meeting with the company, checking that they're aware of what we do, and they're really passionate about what we do just as much as we are.
Okay, thanks for that. So which, apart from Williamson Tea, are there any? What other businesses do you work with? I'm interested to know. I'm sure the listeners will be interested to know because I'm sure there's a wide variety.
Yeah, so that's the thing. That's why it's so great, because we're linked with so many different businesses from all different backgrounds. So we have a lot of retail support. So similarly to Williamson Tea, people will give a percentage of sales annually to the DSWT. We have a swimwear clothing in London called Love Brand, and they have a Trunks for Trunks initiative. So they sell swimming trunks, and for each one sold, they give a percentage to us, which is great. And along with that, we've got Yeah, it's really good. And we've got kind of a label on the trunks that says a little bit about us as well. And then with every purchase, they get a leaflet. So we've got that kind of, it's not just about buying the trunks, it's about investing in what we do. And hopefully people will want to get even more involved in our work. And then we recently had to support British Airways for many years, and that was fantastic because with an airline like that, they would regularly help us ship things out to Kenya. So as you can imagine, we've got 83 elephant orphans, and that's a lot of milk. So the milk has to be sourced in the UK. So they would help ship that out for us or fly that out for us, which was fantastic. So it really is all different. There's so much that we require in terms of support, and it comes at all different levels and from all different backgrounds. Even as Lin has very kindly helped us with, kind of marketing and getting our name out there a bit more, office support, that's always great for us here. So it really is endless, and that's why we like to reach out to different people and hear about the different ways they can help us.
Yeah, that's really interesting point actually you've just raised, because I think a lot of people when they start listening to this will think, oh well, it's about donating to charity, and that's good and fine, or it's about helping out with their marketing, as Lynn does sometimes and as I do sometimes. But actually there's a whole bunch of different stuff that people can do for you, isn't there? Because you've got the milk, you've got transport. Could you give us a few more examples of what other businesses do to help you out that might not be directly giving you money or directly doing your marketing, helping you with the marketing and that kind of thing?
Yeah. We've got another company actually in Germany. They're great because he's a photographer, and he has been out to Kenya a couple of times, and he's got some really stunning photos of the orphans. But just generally, if we have lovely photos, and he produces them and prints them for us, and that's a cost that would be huge, but he sells them kind of on behalf of the DSWT, and that's just kind of using something that we have, obviously lovely photos of the orphans, and being able to raise money to kind of get that back to the orphanage and where it's most needed. So that's another idea of example of what we do. National Geographic as well, they're a big supporter of ours, and again they just help us. They help promote the work, what we do on their social media channels, or whether they're writing an article and getting it out into the media. It really does come from all different places.
Yeah, that's really cool, because I think a lot of people don't see the hidden ways that you can help out a charity. They just think of, I've got to give cash and I haven't got cash, or I haven't got time to do this, that and the other. And actually there's quite a lot of really interesting and fun ways that you can help out your charities. So listeners, if you're thinking of helping out a charity, it doesn't have to be a cash donation if your cash flow is tight. I'm going to move on slightly because I want to ask, I've got a question for Lynn, because I know, Lynn, you're looking for a charity partner for a client at the moment, aren't you?
I am. I'm working with a company, Alderminster Group, who are an electrical and renewable energy supplier, and we're looking for a charity as part of the marketing strategy. And the sort of process we've gone through is looked at, okay, what do the team really believe in? So what are some of their values, their interests? So we're looking at sort of something green, something ethical, rural, animals, maybe cycling, maybe in the area that they live. So things where they've all got really excited about it, because that will really come through. And then we're starting to look at what are their needs, like what do we want? So we want reach to certain people, and we want to grow awareness in the local area. And so starting to get our needs together, and then also what can we offer? One of the things they can offer is some office space. So sometimes charities often start, in somebody's spare room, or they'll start in their, garden office or somewhere, and then they get a little team and they can't afford rent. So things like, you can help give your old computers to somebody, or say, do you know what, we've got that corner in the office that we don't use. Why don't we get a little charity in and support them? So that's what they're going to offer. And then finding someone who's got the same target, the same target market. And the same kind of size helps. If someone's international and you're a startup, it's perhaps not as good a fit. So sometimes a similar size can help. It doesn't have to be, but that can help with the attraction to both sides and make it really mutually beneficial.
Yeah. Okay, that's really helpful. Thank you. I never even thought about giving space to a charity in one of your offices. If you've got premises, that's a really good idea. Okay, so my next question is, can you tell us a little bit more about because your niece's corporate social responsibility marketing services, and I think most people will not have heard of that before. So can you tell us a bit more about it?
So yes, it's CSR, and we always have acronyms for everything, don't we? But like Lucy just said, it's such a mouthful, corporate social responsibility. Sometimes people will just call it charities on their websites. But it's basically just I think it shows a little bit about who you are and what you believe in. A bit like your about page, a little bit about your personality. If it's genuine and it's real, then people will like you and start to trust you. And one of the clients I worked with last year, we put together CSR for them and a charity that they really believed in because of a personal family tragedy. And they hold this event every year where they do this because they passionately believe in it. And for them, that's worked brilliantly in making contacts and meeting people. So it's about getting out in your community, really, and giving, and just getting that face-to-face reach, as well as, you can obviously use social media as well, and the whole hope. We can use it across your marketing.
Yeah.
And it's just something I love connecting people, and I love connecting businesses with charities, and then finding out that, and one of the examples is an IT consultant that I know, and she was chatting to Amy at the SWT, and she's talking back if one of the computers not working, and he's now just sorted that out, provided a new one, doesn't want anything for it. And that's just a great feeling to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's a testament to the power of, I don't want to say the word networking, but it kind of is. It's a testament to the power of, just like you say, connecting with people, talking to people, making new friends. So it's a nice feeling. So can you tell us a little bit as well about how you would go about using the connection that you've got with the mutual audience? Because obviously, the charity is going to have one big list of kind of supporters, and then the business is going to have its own list of customers and clients. So how do you get the most out of each of those lists and get them working together?
Well, I think if you look at the example Lucy just gave with Williamson Tea, in, for example, the Christmas email marketing, there's an email that goes out that talks about ideas of gifts. If you want to buy a DSWT, something off the DSWT gifts on the website. So There'll be a gift that the Williamson Tea offer will be there. Therefore, Williamson Tea have reached those people with that offer, but also it's gone with an endorsement from a charity that they support. So it's not as it's warm.
Yeah, it's also a really, really good way of getting new business, is that kind of endorsed mailing, and you can do that outside of charities as well. But I think particularly when you're working with charities, it's a fantastic way to build up that kind of trust, because you're going to reach an audience that, like you say, have already got this trusting relationship, and they love the charity often. And so if you can, I think that's probably going to be one of the biggest benefits actually for my listeners. So What other fundraising ideas have you come up with your with your business partners, Lucy?
Fundraising ideas. So that's another thing. I mean, we have with our ones based in the UK. Obviously, we can go meet with them and we can discuss new ideas. So one that we're actually really excited about, and we're actually calling for new companies and businesses, so anybody listening who wants to kind of get on board with our work or is interested in what we do. Next year we have our third enormous elephant run, and we'll have a lot of our corporate supporters there again on the day, kind of showcasing what they do, how they support us, and you can buy things on the day. But really what we're looking for now is just trying to introduce some new people, because next year is our 40th anniversary. So it's a fantastic time to get involved with our work, and it's kind of going to be like a celebratory year. So if there's anybody really who's interested, then please email me or visit the website at dswt.org, and we can discuss ways and means to help fundraise and kind of get your name out there and get our name out there too.
Cool. Okay, so that's your website is dswt.org. Did you say?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the shorter version. It's easy to remember. So yeah, dswt.org. And if anyone wants to just drop me an email, I'm Lucy, Lucy, @dswt.org.
That's very easy to remember. That's Lucy at dswt.org if you want to get involved with the elephants. And you totally should, because elephants are awesome. And I do the enormous elephant run every year. I've done it once so far, but I'm going to do it next year as well. So, and Lynn does it as well, Lynn.
I do. I'm going to be doing it again as well. I think I'm going to be doing the 10K this time. I did it last time, but I hadn't booked on. But I'm going to do it this time and see how many more people I can bring. I recruited one last time. So only try and recruit a bigger herd.
Well, I'm going to come with you next time, and I'll make Joe come along as well. I can rope him into stuff like this when he's not actually here. You see, it's great. And I'll come with you next time, because I couldn't make it down to London last time. But I've realised that since I moved here, I'm like a million miles away from everything everywhere anyway, so it doesn't make much difference. But Lynn, can you tell us where my listeners can find out a bit more about you and what you do for CSR marketing, please?
Yes, my website is catchingwaves.co.uk, and if you look at /CSR, you can find out about how to choose the right charity for you, see some case studies around charity and business partnership.
That's great, thank you. And we have also put together a free PDF guide to working with charities, which you can grab at businessforsuperheroes.com /CSR1. That's businessforsuperheroes.com /CSR1. You can find out more about Lin's CSR marketing services at catchingwaves.co.uk /CSR. And you can get involved with the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust at dswt.org, or email lucy at dswt.org. And I managed to get all of that out without tripping over my own teeth, and I'm very happy about that. So, cool. If either of you got anything else you would like to add about working with charities?
I would just like to say that from a personal perspective, investing in a charity is such a fantastic way to just kind of feel, just as Lynn said, it's just a warm feeling, and at the end of the day you can feel, you may not be donating, you may just be sharing a post on Facebook, or you may be sending a Christmas card or a gift card with the donations to that charity, but it's just a great easy way to ensure that you're doing your little bit at the end of the year and you feel good. And equally, to share information with friends and family as well about how they can get involved. It's all about, again, like you said, branching out and reaching out, and just raising awareness about the plight of elephants and how all coming together we really can make a change.
Cool, thank you. Anything else?
Yeah, I think for me, Vicky, it's doing something that's a little bit more creative and inventive than just thinking of handing a check over. So it's, giving your time, giving your expertise, and really enjoying it as well, because I do find, including Lucy and Amy and Rob, that working with people who work in charities, they tend to be nice people to work with and fun people to work with, and so it's also enjoyable.
Yeah, that's true, actually. The people, it does. It just gives you a warm, fuzzy feeling, and there's a lot to be said for that, I think. So, guys, thank you so much for being here today and talking to us about charities and social responsibility and all that kind of thing, and showing us as well how we can work with charities for the good of everybody, because I think there's quite a lot of stuff in there that people wouldn't have realised. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Next week, Joe will be back. We'll probably be drinking gin and talking about marketing and business again. I don't know what yet. We'll decide on the fly, because that's how we roll. And in the meantime, be good. If you can't be good, don't get caught. And I'll speak to you soon.
Like what you've just heard? Tell your colleagues. Tell your friends. Send them to www.businessforsuperheroes.com/podcast.